Hi everybody, this is Rita Holmes, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, here to bring you my Tuesday video. And if you watched my Saturday video, I got this, let me turn this around, don't I? There we go. I didn't know I was backwards. But anyway, if you watch my Saturday video, I am doing a stepped up version. I'm doing a fun fold using the same papers and almost the same layout with a little twist to it that I did on Saturday. So I thought I'd bring it to you with the same papers just to show you another idea what to do with that Brushed with Beauty paper that came out in the November online exclusives. Also, you know, don't forget that that's all out. They have a lot of nice stuff in it, and you might not want to miss that. And also, we're having a kit challenge for demonstrators. And so, you know, they challenge us to sell so many kits and stuff. So I have a little incentive myself that if you buy one kit, I will send you a card kit to make a card using the new Stampin' Up online exclusives, the November online exclusives, the paper. I will make it so that all you have to stamp is a sentiment or something in case you didn't buy anything for there. I don't want you to not be able to make the card. And I know we all have sentiments and stuff like that. So that's what I want to do for that. So if you buy one kit, you get one card packet with the instructions to make a card. You order 2 kits, you get 2 cards with instructions to make. And if you order 3 or more, you get 3 card kits with the instructions for you to make. And I can see that by when you order online. If you order kits, I will get a hold of you and make sure I should be able to see your address to where I can send you your kits and stuff. So just want to make that little incentive offer to you guys. And I am going to turn my camera down. My cat is sound asleep, so you're going to see her on part of my table, but I want to try not to disturb her. So, sorry if you don't like cats. My cat likes to be wherever I am, and a lot of times she's on my table, either helping me make cards, she thinks, or watching me or sleeping. And she's right now decided to go to sleep. So let me turn the camera around to get my cards. They're right here underneath her. So I got them. She didn't even move. Didn't even move. Okay, let's turn the camera around and let's go down with it so that you can see these cards. So these are my Saturday cards, or these right here. And I'll just put them like this so that you can see them. So that's the 3 papers I used and all of that. So, and then here's the stepped up version. Here's that one. And then with this one, we did a fun fold and just added the papers and just made it look a little, give it a little bit more of a wow factor. We've added die cuts, you know, we have the same embellishments. This one has a different color embellishment on it. I used one of the new sets and the dies for that. That actually goes with this suite. So there's that one. Here's this one that I did. So, and I put the paper on different here, like the highlight. And it doesn't make a big difference. Same with this one, I did the same thing. And so there we go. That's our cards that we're going to make really quick. So what I'm going to do, we're going to make these 2 papers. And that's so. Anyway, I got all these in order now. Maybe I'll set that up there, see if it's going to be in my way. And get my card kits real quick that I've cut. You know, I felt like when I had little kids, you know, you have to move everything out of their way. Now I have a cat, and I have to do the same thing I did with my toddlers many years ago. Many years ago. So here are the cards, and I do have a PDF that is over on my Facebook page, Stamp Crazy VIP. It gives you all the instructions to cut with pictures of what it looks like in the directions, the items I used. So you can go over there. You have to join my group to be able to get in. But you can join and be able to get these PDFs if you want them. So there's that. Or I'm going to tell you the measurements if you want to write them down. So I'm going to start with this green card. This is cut 7 1/4 by 5 1/2, scored at 3 inches. So let's fold it at that 3-inch mark. And I'm going to use my pot scrubber, aka bone folder. And then I have a piece that is cut 7 by 3 1/2, scored at 3 1/2. So we're going to fold it. Let's go ahead and fold this one also. Let me get all the papers out of the way. Goodness, goodness. That's because I have these papers on top of it. So let's get these out. So here's my 7 by 7 scored at 3 1/2, and I'm going to fold that. Here's my 7 1/4 by 5 1/2, well, 7 1/4 by 5 1/2, scored at 3 inches. We're going to fold that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the matching piece and we're going to lay it in the card, and we're going to glue it to this outer edge. Well, glue it even with that outer edge, and it's going to open from your left, which looks backwards to a lot of people, but it looks nice on this card. So we'll just glue. I put some in the center. Well, I do most all cards anyway, but just to make sure we have it down here good. And then just kind of eyeball it where you want it, but you want to butt it up against that edge. And before I really press down, I make sure that I can't see it on this side, that it's even with that edge. So there we go. Now I'll press. To my stretching. So there's that one. Let's go ahead and glue this one together, and that way we have it out of our way. So I'll put glue on the back side so where it will open on the left. Open that up. And just put that down with the edges to where it looks good. You want it to line up even. Looks like it's part of the card that way. Okay, now what we're going to do with these, I have 2 pieces that are 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. So one is going to go on the front and one is going to go on the inside. So let me do that real quick. So these are 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. And you want to make sure if your paper is directional that you get it cut in the right direction before you do anything, because that's important. So there we go, we got that one down. So I'm just going to open up, and then I'll put the flowered side on here. So let's glue the flower side in. These are so simple to do. So let's go ahead and glue that down. And then what we're going to do, we've got 2 pieces that are 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. So what we're going to do is I'm going to close that. So the flower is going to go on this. So I want to see which way I want it to go. I think that way. So I'm going to glue my flower down. And I'm using the same sheet of paper. I just used the front side and the back side on this one. Then I'm going to open it up, and because this is going up and down, I'm going to put this up and down. I don't want it like this. I want it to kind of match. So I'm going to put it that way. And then I have a 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece that's going to be glued right here. And I'm going to put this side here so it's next to the flowers instead of putting flowers by flowers. I could do that if I wanted, but I think I really want to, and that might, nope, it doesn't match there. I'm going to put the green side down. And what I do is I just use a scrap strip that I have. I usually like them to be either between 3/8 and a half, somewhere around that area. And I'm just going to leave a little bit of the white show. And put that down, and then I'm going to glue this on the inside. Oops, I think I need to trim that. Let's give it a little trim job. There we go. There we go. So now let's just give it some glue. I love our, that's on there crooked. I hope I can move it. Because if not, I can't move that. Ooh, let me see if I can move the top. Still a little crooked, but that's the best I'm going to get it. Oh well, that happens, doesn't it? So that one is ready to embellish. Let's put this one together real quick. So I've used the same size papers. If you want me, I'll repeat them real quick for you. This one is 7 1/4 by 5 1/2, scored at 3. 7 inches by 3 1/2, scored at 3 1/2 to make this part of your card. Now we're going to take our 2 bigger pieces here, and they are cut 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. And I did not use the back side. I thought it was just too busy with the flowers. I didn't care for that myself. So I used the petal pink, which is this on the other side, which that is one I typically probably wouldn't use anyway. So I was glad about that. I could just use the back side of it and not feel guilty for covering up pretty flowers. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this right here. Open it up, and I'm going to do my flowers right here. I just love the simplicity, even though it's a fun fold of making it. I mean, it's not hard whatsoever to do. Okay, now we're going to take our 2 pieces that are cut 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and we'll put the flowers on this side. My leaves are upside down. I'd rather it been that way, but I want my leaves the right way up. That would bother me if I didn't do that. So there we go with that one. We have, whoops, when I did that, I moved it. Come on. Move yourself back in line here. If you don't wait too long, you can pull it off. And press it down. So now I will take this one, and like this is going vertically, this is what I want this one to do. I want to put the pattern going the same way. I want to make it flow. So there's that. And then we have our piece of Very Vanilla that I'm going to put this on where I have flowers on that side. And you can switch this up any way you like. You can use any kind of cardstock. I mean, not cardstock, but DSP. You can do that. I know we all have lots of DSP to use up. So let me just say while I'm doing this, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, if you would do that, that would be greatly appreciated. And also, hit the notification button, the little bell, so you'll be notified when I do a video so that you won't miss any. So there's that part. Now what we're going to do, I have my dies. I have 2 green ones for each card, and I have 1 vellum for each card. So there's 2 green and 1 vellum, and then I have these little labels. And I'll show you where they came from. This is a new set. This is the Petals of Beauty dies, and that has a stamp set that goes with it, which is right here. Here's the stamp set, here's the dies, and I used this die right here. So I used that for my leaf. And then this suite also has 2 sets in it. So it has the Words of Beauty, which is this right here, and I used this set right here. I am on the wrong video here. I hope I've been watching. Lord have mercy. There we go. But I used this out of this, and then we have, I got the stamp set, which has the Just Because that you could stamp in here and then cut out dies, or you have the dies already ready to cut out of cardstock. And then all of these sayings will fit in one of these 3 labels here. And then here's the stamp set for all of that comes in this set right here. So those are the sets I used. So now let's just put them together. And what I did with these, I have 2 of those. I'm going to use the Mossy Meadow ink for both of them. I'll set it over here and be safe. Let's do the inside first. And I'm putting on the inside, it says, "You're a great friend." There's all kinds of sayings you can use. And I make sure that I get in between this 3 1/4 inch block, which you can eyeball that really well and do that. So there's the inside of that one. Let's do the inside of this one. Do you guys sometimes make 2 cards at one time? It actually saves you some time when you do that. So there is that. These ink up really nice and work really nice. When you put them on the stamp pad, because they're clear, you can see that just pick up on that, on the words. So you don't have to smash into that and get ink all over everything, which makes it nice when you're stamping these. So what I'm going to do is just stamp this. Let's stamp the other one. And there we go with that. So we have those. Close this up. We're done. Done with ink. Close it up. Because Lord knows we could make a mess with that. My cat is dead asleep. So let's close these two, and I'm going to show you what I do here. I take one green and one of the vellum, and we've got vellum back in now. We did get rid of it for a bit. I'm going to put these on my card where I think I might want them. And I know that I'm going to want them over in this area by these words here. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to take my Stampin' Seal, and over on this side I'm going to just put a little bit of that, and I'm going to make sure both of my stems show. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this down and pick those leaves up. And that way they're stuck there. And then what I'll do, because I want to use dimensionals on it, I will take and put dimensionals over that Stampin' Seal, and it will not stick to the card. And then we'll just take our saying and we'll put it on here. And we're going to do the same with this one. And then we'll do our inside piece. So what I'm going to do is lay these two together so that both stems show. And I'm going to, I want this one up high. I like for my flowers to show. And then I'm going to put my sentiment, just like I did there, right over those stems. So there again, I'm going to take and put me some Stampin' Seal on there. Put this down. It wasn't staying down by itself, was it? So I'll hold on to those while I put this on. Stuck to my fingers. And you don't want to press real hard when you do this, because you want to be able to pick it back up. You just want that to get onto those die cuts and hold them down. So they're held down by the Stampin' Seal, and I'll once again put on a couple of dimensionals. And then I'll stick, whoops, that's it stuck to my finger. And then I'll put this on my card. Whoops, it's kind of crooked. Lift that one up a little bit. There we go. So now all we have to do is put these on the inside. And what I did with them is I just cut a tiny bit of that stem off to where it looks like this. Add a little adhesive. And then you can add it to your card wherever you want it. I'm going to put it on this side this time. So there's the inside, and there's the outside. Let's put this one on the inside, and then we'll add some embellishments and be done. What do you think? I hope you guys want to try these. They are great cards, and they're fun. So let's close these up, and I'm going to give them a final fold with the because I want them to stay closed as much as they can. So there we go. Now I'm adding, these are called Pearls of Beauty, and they also come in that suite. And I'm going to add these to my card. And I think, let me get this. I think I'm going to add the beige over here, and I've been using the bigger ones. I like these bigger ones on it for some reason. There we go. There's that one. I'm going to use the Calypso Coral on this one. And I don't like it over there on that side. So there's our 2 cards we made today. And don't forget to comment. Let me know if you like the video. Let me know if you just want to say, hey, tell me where you're from and all that. I would greatly appreciate it, because I will be drawing a name to send the cards to. And I picked those from my videos this morning, plus this one. So I give it a couple days, and I'll do that. So I hope you guys can take time and be creative and make you some cards, because that's a fun thing to do. So there we go. That's our card. So don't forget to give me a thumbs up there, or subscribe to my channel, join, and hit the notification button so that you can get notified when I'm on. I would greatly appreciate all of that. So you all have a great day, and be creative. Have a fun week, and I'll see you later. Hopefully you'll watch my video on Saturday. Have a great day, everyone.